Hey, yo.
Back, Hir-O.
Yo, check it. This my special attack, 100 swords, 100 episodes, and here's to 100 more. Who got next? Place your change on the cabinet. Air Combo University graduates juggle my enemies before tagging in the Masters Hero. Pros in action, toe tagging champions getting active. The message will always get near you. Return to the dream team, Spider-Man and Strider hear you. When the mask is on, I can't promise Cyclops to keep his glasses on. The handshake was potent. The inner glow shown as a mega optic blast, trailing behind the Shinku Hadouken. How you gon' dodge both of them? Blast you down to the last atom. Best regards from the proton cannon you couldn't fathom. If you were raised on gaming and put a controller up, I'm old enough to study the meta before I bless you. We understood space in the dash clean. Now we need the Justin Wong poster right next to the pro athletes. Final justice like a primary lotus from out the sky. Stars and stripes reminding you racism is still alive. Bring a plasma sword to a gunfight. Hayato, bring a hurricane kick. Tatsumaki Sentakyu. One time for all my otakus who played the console till their eyes closing. Probably forgot to study for their finals. Welcome to the SwordCast. SwordCast. My wordplay, my sword play when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast. SwordCast. My wordplay, my sword play when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast. SwordCast. My wordplay, my sword play when blades clash.
Keep an eye on it.
Yep.
Let
I'm watching
me know when we back in there.
We in there.
Oh, hey.
Hey.
Just doing the podcast.
Boom. Fresh off the holiday break, like you were saying.
Yes, sir.
So yeah.
So yeah, man, you had a toy adventure.
Yeah, man. I put it in the Discord. I bought a childhood toy of mine that
Boom
is
shakalaka.
pretty cool. Although I did do some research. So this Toy Biz 90s Iceman from the Mutant Armor collection. That was my favorite toy back in the day.
Classic. That line was dope because that's when they were starting to spice it up a little bit from the original Toy Biz line, and then now they were starting to get a little edgier.
Yep, for sure. This was 95. Like this nigga literally had like spikes and a face and like a ninja face mask. Yo, fucking cool. So I did some research. I was talking to Edmund about it because we both, like, you know how back in the day when you had your toys, you play with your friends or your brother, you would do like your RPG and you would pick like a guy,
and then that was your main dude, and then the story would continue.
Right,
you guys met up again.
Yep. So this was we both had this as our guy at a certain point in time, but we couldn't tell them. We had to tell them apart because they were the same toy, but they were slightly different. And in this research that I was, or in kind of finding this toy, I realized that the one that I just bought is actually the one that he used for his guy. And then I went back,
the mixing up of the childhood memories.
Yeah, and I went back and I found this one, which is it came in a 2-pack with the Human Torch with the fire pants.
My brother had that Human Torch too.
Yep. And it's slightly lighter. It's got like the metallic sort of Carolina blue. This one was the one that I had, and the darker one was the one that he had, and that's how we could tell them apart. So I bought this one. I went and found this one online. I bought this one too. I'm gonna end up. I must have had the Human Torch too, but I guess I never played with him because I don't really remember it. But I'm gonna gift Edmund the one that I bought since that was the one that he had, and I'm going to replace my original one with this one. So that's cool. And now Edmund is into collecting childhood toys.
Let's go. Hey.
Adults with adult income, and we are still buying toys.
Hey man, that's what it's all about. That nostalgia.
Right. Do what the fuck you want, man.
Do what you want. Hey man, I've been down that path for a while. It's fun, man. Finding things, that made you happy when you were a kid.
Absolutely.
That is important. Boom. But yeah, man, Christmas was dope. Man, my kids, they had a good Christmas, man. I love Christmas so much.
Hell yeah.
And just, watch watched a ton of movies. Christmas Eve, dog. They woke up at 5 in the morning. On but yeah, it was great. I feel like kids always they got that. Everybody's got like their iconic Christmas morning picture, and like my kids have a lot of. I got some really great ones of them, but I think this might be my favorite J-list Christmas morning picture. He's like recently got it. He's like me. He's like into the older figures and stuff, so like it can be kind of difficult. You know what I'm saying? But I always I hunt him down. I know all these shops around and stuff. And he recently got into. He's like super into He-Man.
That's so weird.
I know, and he really. His like thing was like he wanted so his top thing is like he wanted the AT-AT from Star Wars.
Wow.
And then he wanted
the AT-AT, the four-legged joint.
Yep. And then he wanted like the attack like shuttle ship from the Attack of the Clones. And then he wanted Castle Grayskull, man. He-Man, right?
Jeez.
So they actually they got this retro He-Man line that's like out now, and they're basically just redoing all the older figures and stuff. So he got it, and the picture I got of him, opening it is like that classic like 90s, like holding the box and
you know
what I'm saying. So I love those
pictures.
He's got his like iconic Christmas morning.
Was it like this one kind of?
Yep.
That's
that
sweet.
Is it. Yep. And he's
bro, that's the one thing I never had as a kid. I never had the play sets,
we talked
bro.
about that. Like I never got play sets either.
I used to build them.
Black parents is like, you got all the
right.
Boots, you better
go use a box. Here, come here. Let me show you how to do it. All you gotta do is just draw it on there.
Bro, we used to have cage matches in the milk crates.
Right, bro.
Wrestlers.
Man, you know what we used to do, bro? When me and Edmund, or when we would go either with my mom or his mom to go grocery shopping, we would take our toys and put them on the shopping cart, and it would be like a starship.
Oh, I used to do it all the time.
That shit used to be so fun, bro.
So my thing was like my mom's exercise bike, and that was just like the
Star Destroyer. Yeah.
That was the play structure, man.
And then they would be hanging off, and it would be a tragedy if somebody fell off.
We would like run the wheel, and they'd be like holding the dude's head to the wheel, like
you motherfucker.
Oh man, good times. But yeah, man. I hope everybody had a good Christmas, man. My brother got me a Turbo Man.
Turbo Man.
It's Turbo time.
Love it.
Oh my god! Hey, you guys all know Jingle All the Way is my favorite Christmas movie. I don't think I've ever watched that movie more times than I watched it from like December 23rd to like now. I may have watched that movie 20 times. I don't know, just kept watching it. I love it. It's hilarious. Jimmy's dad's Turbo Man. Let's get out of here. Ew, Dad, you smell like barf. That movie is so funny. But yeah, man, happy holidays, everybody. Hope everybody had some good holidays, man. And also, like, Happy New Year. I have said before, I'm not really a person who measures like time in that yearly span like that. But I also think it's whack that people be like hating on people that have New Year's resolutions. You know what I'm saying? Like, just let people do what they want, man.
Man,
like,
right.
Stop being
lead with empathy. Let people enjoy things. Like, it's not like being the cynical nihilist is not that cool.
It's really
you know what I'm saying? Like, I know that's like an internet edgelord like persona,
trope.
Right? Trope, but like that shit's kind of corny, and we're all grown enough to be like, all right, bro. Like,
so whack.
What do you? What was your screen name? XX Sephiroth 97
69
on fucking AOL Instant Messenger.
Oh man.
So
young kids, that's what internet dial-up connection sounds like.
Y'all know what dial-up is?
Nope. Instant everything.
Pick up the phone and that's a wrap for your internet.
Why'd you download them on the internet?
You be trying to download a single picture that should take 5 minutes or longer.
Oh man, 10 minutes.
And then somebody, your grandmother call and you get kicked off the internet.
And then you get a half picture of the wrestling picture you're trying
And it's always a WWF superstar picture.
That's
always.
That's all we were doing.
For me, because I don't know if I went to WCW's website, but I was trying to get a picture of Lex Luger, and I couldn't get it. That shit took too long.
When I was a kid, and when I was in like elementary school, middle school, we all had. I don't know if this was a thing where you were going to school at, but it was like we all had notebooks, and all the notebooks was wrestling pictures glued in to pages.
We did that, but we did. So it was wrestling. It was Dragon Ball Z for sure,
and Final Fantasy VII.
Final Fantasy. What else was hot back then? Pokemon.
Yep.
Man, I kind of am annoyed that Power Rangers had I always liked it, but do you kind of remember where like the cool kids kind of turned on the Power Rangers kind of quick?
Yeah, because you know what? Because I was obsessed,
and I wasn't ready to be. I was like, wait a minute, we thought this was cool. Like I wasn't ready to not like it anymore.
I think
and you know what? That's when I decided that I was going to be a nerd. I was like, you know what? Fuck that. Like I know that the cool people are telling me that I shouldn't like this anymore, but
like I kind of still watch.
I'm not ready to not like.
So
this
my
shit.
first thing with that was Pokemon. Like I remember, and you know this is good segue stuff here, but I was like, so Pokemon for me. I remember everybody was like obsessed with it in like 4th, 5th grade.
Yep.
Then I went to middle school, and 6th grade people were still kind of doing it, but by the time I got to 7th grade, it was like people were like making fun of people for doing Pokemon, and I was just kind of like, well, wait a second. I thought this was cool, still. and everybody was like off it. So then I was like, well. You know, I guess I won't tell anybody that I like Pokemon. And then it's like, and then I was like, I remember my mom got me this Pokemon shirt, and I was just like, oh, it's nice, but I like it. Like, can I still wear it? You know, and then I was just like, you know what? Nope. I like Pokemon. Y'all just
you know what made it easy for me?
Y'all have to make fun of me.
Two things. One, I went to a boarding school at Cranbrook, and 2, I discovered emulators. And I started playing because you remember, bro, there was a huge layoff between Pokemon Blue and Red, and then Gold and Silver.
Yeah.
And I played like
that the biggest one.
I think so, because after that they started coming out like
years.
every couple of years. But I think for this one, because Pokemon Blue came out in like 96 or 7, and I don't think Pokemon in America, Silver came out till like 2001 or 2 or something like that.
It was before that, because I know Gen 3 came out when I was in like 8th or I think I might have been in 9th grade when Gen 3 came out.
Bro, we gotta look it up.
2002 or
something. There ain't no way that shit came out then.
Bro, it did, because I was playing Emerald in 9th grade. I remember that like perfectly. That was when I told you that was when I was like learning how to be good at Pokemon.
I was about to say, this shit said 2009.
Nah, what is that like? That's like Heart Gold and Soul Silver, yeah.
So, okay, it came out, so so in America, it came out in 2000.
Yeah, Gold and Silver. So that's about right.
Yeah, and so then, like 2002, 2003.
And then Emerald and Sapphire and Ruby came out in like 2?
Yeah, so okay, so I guess I got to give myself more tech credit. I know for sure that I played this game in Japanese all from start to finish without understanding anything. When it in like 1999, like before it came out in America, because it wasn't. I was playing it on an emulator, and I didn't play it. Again, this is why I'm so attached to this game. I didn't play it fully in English until I was in college.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was like 2 other Pokemon generations that came out since then, and I played those both right away because I could buy my own Game Boy Advance or whatever and just get it. But it wasn't until I cracked another emulator and finally went back, you know what, I actually never fucking finished that shit in English. Let me go back and play it. And I was like, yeah, this shit is sweeter when I could actually understand it.
You know what I'm saying? When you know what's going on. And so,
but it's Pokemon. Like, just go fight and get the Pokemon. And
well, you could totally, like, I could play it. Yeah, you could play it in Japanese.
And if you picked up something and nothing happened and you just picked the other option.
I actually played Fire Red. I didn't finish it, but I played it in Japanese. I still have it, like a Japanese copy of that game.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, shout out to Pokemon being the first thing that kind of showed me that I was a nerd.
Oh, and by the way, just in case the actuallys are thinking, the moves were in English. That was the only thing that was in English was the moves. Yeah, so I knew that.
Hey, well, actually,
Gotcha. But yeah, man, speaking of Pokemon, man, I finally so this is, by the way, this is going to be like a kind of a 2020 recap episode. We got some cool lists coming up. But before we get into that, man, I finally got my hands on the new Pokemon Scarlet/Violet. Got it for Christmas. Ha! Jay got it for Christmas. Been playing that nonstop. I like it, man. I mean, it's not, there are some things that I'm kind of nitpicking about right now. I hate the new breeding technique with the picnics. I know you were trying to.
It's fine, bro.
You were trying to sell me on it, but
It's literally not a big deal at all.
No,
it's literally
only the way it's been since I was little, and that's it. Only no.
I felt the same way until I actually started doing it, and then I was like, "Oh, this is actually okay. It's no big deal."
I don't like it. And then. You know why? I don't know if I'm a fan of one thing that Sword and Shield I really like that they did. I really liked the way. Well, I shouldn't say because it didn't start on Sword and Shield. It started with like the DS Pokemon games where like you battle and the camera just kind of pans by itself and shows. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the way that and it's like kind of that Arceus style battling.
Yeah.
I like it, but I don't know if I like it better than the camera just kind of moves.
You can, if you just press the one of the right sticks, it'll stick. That annoyed me at first too until I realized I could do that. Then I was like, all right, it's fine.
And then another thing I liked about, and I know this is just a generation thing, I did like that. I really liked how Sword and Shield made the battles like sporting events. You know what I'm saying? And there was always like crowds and you were battling. And
it was like a soccer match.
Yeah,
it was dope.
I thought that was cool too. But I do like this game. I love my starter.
Yeah,
Grass Cat.
He's great.
I think this is the best grass starter in a long time. To me.
I agree. I for sure. I think this might be my favorite grass starter.
I love this starter. I was not expecting much. And I love it. I think this is one of the best ones. Beast, super fast.
Yep.
Good attack. Grass and dark.
Yep.
I love it, man. I think that's the one thing that held Sceptile back was they didn't give him a second type.
And he should have had. He should have been the first grass starter.
He's the only one that didn't have a second one in Gen 3. So that was kind of some bullcrap. But yeah, love my starter.
Flower Trick, bro. That's maybe the best grass move ever.
The best grass move ever. Definitely the best physical grass move, no question.
Yeah.
And there's some sweet new Pokemon too, man. Tinkaton.
Dog.
Fairy and Steel.
Basically a
Thor.
A pink teddy bear with a giant
pink Thor
with a fucking Mjolnir.
Love that one. Cerulege. Really dope, man. Some of these got really good designs. I was disappointed. There's an ice dragon finally.
Yeah.
I don't really like the design though. But I mean, it's cool.
He looks like that Pokemon or that kaiju from that one Dexter's Lab episode.
He does kind of look like that
with the axe face.
Yeah. But yeah, there's some dope new Pokemon. It's truly open world. I like that. I don't know if I like I don't care about the bad guys in this one. Was it Team Star or whatever? I can't remember.
Have you finished their arc?
Have not. I'm almost done with it.
The arc is actually straight.
Does it? Okay, because I'm into the planetary bad threats, like bad guys trying to do a lot, and this just seems like
you gotta to get to that part. You gotta do all of the.
Yeah, I'm almost done with the gyms, and you already know how we do Pokemon. I'm out here. I'm out here just one hit clapping all the gym leaders.
Yeah, it was. This game seems easier even by new Pokemon standards.
I done EV trained like my whole team.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I love it, man. I do like the game. I don't like the breeding. I don't like the new breeding style. I don't like. Maybe that is the only thing that I don't like about this game. But it's good. I'm having fun. So that's kind of my initial thoughts on it, man. I am liking it, and I am loving the starter. So, boom. But yeah, bro. Speaking of 2023 and 2022 coming to an end, once again, Happy New Year, y'all. We got some lists for you guys. I'm going to go first. Quick wrestling recap, man. Today is January 2nd, which means January 4th.
Hey.
Wrestle Kingdom. I start every year off with like my number one favorite wrestling event of all time. I love Wrestle Kingdom so much. I always got a humble flex. I got to go to Wrestle Kingdom 12 a few years ago, man. I was at the Tokyo Dome. It was one of the best experiences of my life.
So what's the main event this year?
Dog, my excitement level is 10 out of 10 for Wrestle Kingdom. First of all, the number one reason why, bro, the fans can cheer again, man. Like, New Japan had the strictest COVID restrictions, literally, bro, since 2020. Like, their fans have not been able to cheer. They've only been able to clap. And, like, be straight up, that it's trash. That ruined a lot of matches for New Japan. Like, I don't, and you'll always hear, like, fans who don't actually watch Japanese wrestling, like, oh, their crowd's always quiet. They're just no, they're not. Like, if you know what I'm saying? Like, I will show you a Wrestle Kingdom match right now where the crowd's going insane. Like, they're not like that. That is fake. That's not true. And they were like that a little more in the 90s, but not anymore. And they haven't been like that in like over 20 years. So
that's
people
good.
Need to stop. But yeah, man, the clap crowds. I'm glad they can cheer again, bruh. Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay, dog.
That's the main event?
It's not. It's the co-main event. But I got a couple things. First of all, like, I am totally, this match might be, like, I'm expecting this match to crack my top 5, which my top 5 favorite wrestling matches has not been touched since 2017.
Wow.
So I'm totally expecting this match to crack my top 5 favorite wrestling matches of all time. Like, that's how much that is. Like, I don't think people understand how these dudes are about to blow the doors off the Tokyo Dome, bro. Like, they're gonna kill it. When Kenny Omega finally came back to AEW after being suspended, do you remember what the first thing I said was? I said, he kind of looks like he's in Wrestle Kingdom shape. Yeah. And then, like, literally the next day, he showed up on the screen and challenged Will Ospreay. So it's like, they're about to tear it up. The main event is Okada versus Jay White, and I'll say this: I love Okada. Like, I love Okada. I think they're making a mistake, and now I understand you can't have two Gaijin main eventing New Japan. I understand that. That's fine. You also can't have another title be over the world title. Or can you? A few years ago, I think Wrestle Kingdom 8, remember, I tell the Naito story all the time, like the long Tetsuya Naito story. This is the year where it was supposed to be Naito versus Okada in the main event, but the fans love Tanahashi and Shinsuke so much, and it was for the Intercontinental belt, and they did a fan vote. And the fans actually voted to have that match main event. I thought they should have did that again, because what's gonna happen is, like, come on, man. Like, I think Jay White is a good wrestler, but I absolutely hate his matches. I cannot stand his matches, especially. And then they've just been worse with, like, the clap crowds because he cheats so much, and it's just not really a New Japan, like, style of match, and they're slow. And I'm not a fan of any of his New Japan stuff. He
seems like he's a good fit.
He's a great wrestler though. Like, Jay White can go. It's just what they have him do. It just drives me nuts. And I think this crowd going from Kenny Omega and Ospreay, and then going to that, and if Jay White's, like, cheating and the match is, like, slow pace, I feel like it might kill the crowd. But I don't know. I mean, they're gonna be cheering again, so I think it's gonna be dope. FTR's on the show, man. They're defending their belts. It's gonna be dope, and I'm anticipating some surprises, man. You know, Sasha Banks is supposed to be there in some capacity.
Really?
First ever women's match in Wrestle Kingdom. They got Kairi Sanes, the IWGP Women's Champion. She's defending the belt. Like, this is about to slap.
So when did they introduce a women's title?
Literally, like, it hasn't been long. It's only been like a month ago.
Wow.
So they finally about to have a women's match on Wrestle Kingdom.
So Sasha Banks didn't come back to WWE?
Nope.
Oh.
She about to show up at Wrestle Kingdom. I'm hoping she comes out and challenges Kyrie for the belt after the match. Then I mean, I'm anticipating some surprises. Like, I'm kind of hoping like Okada wins and then Bryan Danielson comes out or something and sets up for Ben Thor again. Speaking of which, I'm not gonna get too far in this because I want to get into his list. I don't like that they're already doing Danielson MJF stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's too soon for that. I think what we were talking about, I think this needs to be MJF kind of running through the younger AEW guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want him to beat Bryan Danielson. Like, that's gonna bother me.
Yeah. And he definitely will, unfortunately.
Yeah, because it's too early.
Yep.
But we'll see, man. But yeah, man, let's get into this. I always keep lists of my favorite matches. In 2022, I'm just gonna run through them. I got the SwordCast. This is the top 10, my favorite top 10 wrestling matches of the year 2022. And 2022 was a good year, man. Like, it was super solid. I still think that to this day, 2017, in my opinion, is the greatest wrestling year ever. Like, that year, bro, New Japan was on fire. This is like Kenny Omega, like, literally being the greatest wrestler ever. This is all the Omega Okada matches. This is
2018.
This is 2017. This is like Tanahashi still being great. This is like Naito, and this is all the G1 matches being ridiculous. This is WWE being good. This is NXT in its prime. Like, this is, you know what I'm saying? This is like pre AEW. So like, this is when NXT was like
had all the guys.
Like, this 2017, man, I'm telling you, is a great year. But let's go, man. Before we get into this top 10, I got a couple honorable mentions. I gotta do some honorable mentions because I personally always do a top 25. So I got a bunch of matches, but I'm gonna do some honorable mentions real quick. First honorable mention, man, it's gotta go to Will Ospreay versus Shingo from G1, man. That match was fire. They've had classics in the past, and that match was really dope because it was shorter and like the pace was a lot quicker than they normally wrestle. Because like the whole point was Shingo was trying to beat him in under 30 minutes. So that match was a slap. Then I gotta give another honorable mention, man, to the Elite versus Death Triangle. That was the most recent one they had, the Falls Count Anywhere match. The match was fire. Then I got a couple more, man. Will Ospreay and the United Empire versus Death Triangle in that trios tournament on Dynamite. The match was fire. And then Ospreay versus Zack Sabre Jr. New Japan Cup was fire. And then Okada versus Ospreay at Wrestle Kingdom 16 was also fire. This is the first time that I don't have a Wrestle Kingdom match on my top 10 in like literally, bro, since, oh my gosh, probably since 2014. That's crazy. I'm telling you, man, them clap crowds, bro. Clap crowds
changes everything.
Let's go, man. Let's get into this top 10 though. I could have did a ton more honorable mentions, but I'm not. Coming in at number 10, the most recent match on my 10 favorite matches of 2022.
I think I know this one.
Jamie Hayter versus Hikaru Shida from AEW Dynamite for the Women's World Championship, man.
It's cold.
Hey, man, that match was fire. I think it's the greatest women's AEW match of all time.
It's up there for sure.
And then I think before that, I think it was Jamie Hayter versus Toni Storm.
Yep.
This match was excellent. Like, Jamie Hayter is the real deal, man. I'm glad they put the title on her. She's a beast. Shida is the AEW women's GOAT. I think she's the only person, either her or Athena, to beat Jade Cargill. For sure.
I mean, they already blew it with Athena. She should have beat her.
They did. So I think that.
But shout out to Athena winning the Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor.
And I love her as a heel, bro.
Yeah, she's
so good.
She's such a good wrestler too. But this is my number 10, man. Shout out to Jamie Hayter. Shout out to Shida. They went out and killed it. And you know, I think the AEW women's division was really struggling for a long time because like, I don't like Britt Baker. I don't think she's good, and I think they kept the belt on her too long, and it kind of really hurt women's division. So
Thunder Rosa getting hurt.
Thunder Rosa being hurt, and she's kind of I like her a lot, but I hear that she's really hard to work with too.
Really?
Backstage. So I think they need to keep it on Hater for a long time because she can go, and she's.
Do you think there's going to be an eventual face turn and break away from Britt Baker?
Yeah, I'm actually surprised they didn't do it already.
Yeah.
But this is good though. They don't need to. They need
slow burn.
Slow, yeah. So, but yeah, Jamie Hayter, beast. I think she was the second best women's wrestler in all of 2022, man. So shout out to her and AEW. Boom, coming in at number 9, the best women's wrestler of 2022. Another women's match, the greatest women's match in WrestleMania history, bro. We watched it together. Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. This match was fire. This is the best women's match in WrestleMania history. I don't care. This match was so good.
Yep.
Bianca Belair is better than Charlotte Flair. Let's go.
No doubt. No question, bro.
Come on, man.
She does all the Charlotte Flair stuff except
better. She's a supreme athlete.
Yep.
This match slapped Becky Lynch playing the heel role. She looked so fire in that match too. Her outfit, like, and then it had a little stiffness in there. Remember, she kicked Bianca Belair in the face, and her eye was like swollen.
Yeah,
man, that match. And then it's like, remember the year before Bianca had the match with Sasha Banks, and then they were both like crying before the match. Like,
that was so dope, man.
Bianca's.
That says a lot about Sasha too, man.
She's one of the GOATs, man,
for sure.
But yeah, bro, just Bianca Belair just putting on 2 WrestleMania classics 2 years in a row, man. Like, she's a beast, man. Let's go. That's my number 9.
Yep.
Coming in at number 8, I'm going with FTR versus Aussie Open from the Royal Quest New Japan pay-per-view. One of the best tag matches of the year. I love FTR, bro. I think these dudes are the greatest tag team of all time.
No,
I really do. I really do, man. And
I'm not ready to say that, but I have come around on them. I like them.
So
I like them. I'm not willing to go farther than that, but I like them.
So before I talk about this, why I think that. So this match, bro. So Aussie Open is Kyle Fletcher. And
they're the guys that be with Will Ospreay.
Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
I'm so mad at myself. I can't remember the big fella's name right now. But I love Aussie Open. I kind of been on them for years because I got I got some wrestling homies that put me on an Aussie Open years ago. They used to be Wrestling in Progress, which is a super popular British promotion from a few years ago. But Aussie Open is dope. But this match, right? So Royal Quest is a pay-per-view that New Japan does now in the UK. And UK wrestling crowds, in my opinion, go. I think they're the best wrestling fans.
Really?
They have the best chants.
They are a chant crowd culture.
A lot of the popular cheers that we hear at wrestling shows came from UK fans. They do a lot of the dope cheers that go on. And so Royal Quest is a really dope show. I love it. It's a New Japan pay-per-view in the UK. Now this match happened, and then I subscribed to New Japan's site, and this event didn't go up on their site like all their stuff does normally. So all I seen was just people on Twitter just saying how this was like the best tag match ever, and then people were like posting videos from their phones, and I'm like, dog, where is the show? So then like I actually emailed the New Japan's website.
Dear Tony,
where's this show? So then they announced that they were going to put it up in a couple weeks. So like I was just anticipating this match and like wanted to watch it, couldn't watch it for so long. Then like 2 or 3 months after the match already happened, they finally put it up on New Japan World. And it's like I have all this hype, bro. I was so hyped for this match. I skipped the whole show and just went straight to it. I didn't even watch the show until after I saw this match. And it delivered. So, I mean, it lived up to the hype. I loved it. So, that's my number 8. Coming in at number 7. This one's got a special place in my heart. I was there for this one at All Out with my son. This is the Elite versus Dark Order to crown the first Trios champions. This match was fire. Unfortunately, the stuff that followed was the CM Punk crap. But this match was fire, man. Like AEW, man, say what you want, but I mean, their long-term storytelling is like New Japan level. Like the little bits between Hangman and Kenny because they were tag partners, and then the Young Bucks, and just great storytelling, man. I think this match also showed how dope John Silver and Dark Order are. John Silver is so
he's
sweet.
so cold, dog.
And you know what's cool is like when I was at this match, I was sitting next to his parents. Me and Jay were sitting next to his parents, so it was cool, man, hearing them cheer for him. So that was dope. That's my number 7. That match was fire. Coming in at number 6. This is an early one. This happened right at the beginning of January. So like sometimes like when we talk about Wrestle Kingdom at the end of the year, it feels like it was the previous year because it's like right at the beginning of January. Yeah. But coming in at number 6, man, I got Bryan Danielson versus Hangman Page 2. The title match from Dynamite. It was bloody, but this match was fire. This was Bryan Danielson's first loss in AEW. Remember, he had all those bangers. He was winning them. Then he had the amazing match with Kenny Omega, which was my number 1 favorite match of the year last year. When he had the match with Kenny. And then
great. Zion Williamson just got hurt again. Fuck off. God.
Fantasy basketball, man.
Damn it.
Did you just get that picture I sent you with my team?
Yeah.
I got Steph Curry, Brandon Ingram, Devin Booker, all on IR right now. I hate fantasy basketball.
Oh, Precious Achua is healthy. Cool.
But yeah, this match was fire. This was Danielson's first loss. This was also when he kind of started healing it up a little bit. Remember at first he was just kind of happy to be here, having all these sweet matches, and then he turned into a jerk out of nowhere. So yeah, that's my number 6. This match was dope, and I also think that this was Adam Page's like coming out party as champion too. Because I'm gonna be honest, bro. Can I be honest real quick? I'll be honest.
Nah, I think I know where you're going with it.
I haven't been interested in AEW's world title picture since Adam Page was champion.
That's not where I thought you were going with it.
It's been, and honestly, the only time I was super invested was when Kenny was champion. Yeah. But Page was good, and I have not been invested.
Because it was a bunch of bullshit after that. It was the CM Punk stuff, and then
the CM Punk stuff, and John Moxley, and CM Punk, and John Moxley, and just CM Punk and John Moxley. So I just,
AE Moxley. Moxley W.
Oh, man. But all right, man, let's go. Time to get into this top 5. My top 5 favorite wrestling matches of 2022. Coming in at number 5. The best match on the best show, Orange Cassidy versus Will Ospreay from Forbidden Door.
Woo!
This match was fire.
Fire, dog.
I think the Forbidden Door is my favorite event from 2022, which says a lot because like all the injuries and all the guys that couldn't be on the show, and we thought it was gonna be whack, and then it's like the show was fire. It was super consistent. All the matches were good, and then Orange Cassidy and Will Ospreay randomly get paired up, and they deliver this banger, man.
Yeah.
I don't understand why people don't like Orange Cassidy. I think this is one of the best gimmicks ever.
Do people still not like him?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of wrestling people who don't like him. And
fucking nerd.
It's funny because like he doesn't care, and then he just goes harder than anybody.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It would be different if he was just one of these guys that had a nice gimmick but just disrespected themselves on the mat.
Yeah, man. Like Orange Cassidy can go. Like, are you kidding me?
He saw. I mean, and that's why this match with Ospreay was so good, is that it like validated him.
It sure did. And then I love how Ospreay's just like, dog, what? Like,
yeah.
How is he? You know what I'm saying?
Like he tore it up with quite possibly one of the best top 2 or 3 best wrestler on the planet.
Absolutely.
And he was right there with him the whole time.
Agreed, 100%. This match was fire. Loved it. That's my number 5. Coming in at number 4, I got Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Tomohiro Ishii from Wrestling Dantaku, New Japan. This match was fire, and the reason it's so high on my list, this was for the IWGP United States title when Tanahashi was the champ. I'm a sucker for like getting a classic in a match that I just was not expecting to be a lot. You know what I'm saying? The main event on Dantaku was Naito versus Okada. You know what I'm saying? And this was also probably New Japan's best show of the year. It was their most consistent show. It was really good. And I was kind of excited for that main event. You know, Tanahashi's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, but he's kind of old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this match comes on, dog, and it was a banger. Was not expecting them to go this hard, so that's my number 4. Amazing match. Coming in at number 3. This is this guy's second time getting on this list, this top 10. I got Will Ospreay versus Tetsuya Naito from Battle Autumn. This was from a couple months ago. Actually, I think it was in November. This match was fire, man. It was for the IWGP United States title. We don't have a lot of Ospreay versus Naito stuff. They wrestled literally their first match ever this year at G1.
You would have thought it would have happened way before now. And
that match was, you know why? Is because, Ospreay was always a junior heavyweight, and he kind of just started doing heavyweight stuff recently. But yeah, man, this match was fire. The ending of it is incredible. And like I say, man, Destino is the best finishing move in wrestling. I love it. And this match was dope. Coming in at number 2, FTR's on the list again. FTR versus Briscoes. They had 3 crazy matches this year, but my favorite one was that first one. Remember you and Eric came over, I think, and we all watched it. That first match was fire. I love a match that doesn't have any build up, but it's just but the fans know what's up. You know what I'm saying? Like, this match didn't have any build up, didn't have any promotion, but everybody in the crowd just knew what was up. You know what I'm saying? This was Ring of Honor Supercard, the first match. The crowd was cheering and standing ovation before the match even started. I think the last time we saw something like that was when Kenny and Danielson wrestled. So that automatically makes it a classic. You know what I'm saying? And then the match was fire too. Like I said, man, FTR's best tag team of all time. The reason I say that is because I think they do. Like, I love Lucha Bros, right? Mm-hmm. I love Lucha Bros. I think they're amazing. They're one of my favorite tag teams ever. But I can see why people don't like them. That doesn't mean I don't.
Wait a minute. What do you mean?
Because
them niggas be flipping too much.
And it's like, I think people who, I'm not gonna say that because I think people who don't like flips are just like, what do you mean you don't like flips?
It's like, fucking cool. It looks cool. Exactly. What are we doing here?
But I do understand people don't like the constant like stopping and taunting and like waiting for people to jump and all that kind of stuff.
But wait a minute though. But okay, I get that. But like, isn't that what, when people say that they go too fast and it's just spot after spot after spot?
That doesn't bother me.
Well, I know, but like, it wouldn't if that's the complaint. Wouldn't the stopping and slowing down and showing some charisma and showing some gamesmanship, isn't that like the opposite of spot after spot after spot?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I just feel like it's just the style of wrestling that you just don't like.
That's what and it's like, that's not me. I love Lucha Bros. They're literally probably my second or third favorite tag team of all time.
Yeah.
That's not for me. I'm just saying I can understand why people don't like their stuff.
Yeah.
Not me. I just understand why people don't. Young Bucks. I think Young Bucks are amazing. One of the best tag teams of all time. I can see why people don't like them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could say this about all these like sweet, exciting tag teams. I love them, but I can honestly see why people don't like them. FTR, bro, they do all this. They do all the 80s stuff that people love. The look, the theme song, their personalities, the way they act. They do all the classic 80s stuff. But in the ring, like, they will wrestle anybody's style match. Yeah. Like, they'll get in the ring and they'll wrestle a Young Buck style match. They'll get in the ring, they'll wrestle a Lucha Bros style match. Crazy pace, you know what I'm saying? Crazy teamwork, team moves, all this stuff. But they do all that stuff and they still do the classic, you know what I'm saying? The classic old school thing. So they like do both things. That's why I like them so much. And their finishing move is awesome. Yep. Shout out to FTR. But number 1, favorite match of the year, Will Ospreay again versus Okada, G1 32 Finals. This match is amazing. One of the best matches of all time in New Japan. Crazy, ridiculous counters. This was by far, in my opinion, the best match of the year. And this is one of... G1 Finals are ridiculous. I would put this probably in the top... Let's see real quick. I think the best G1 final of all time is Tanahashi versus Ibushi, G1 28. I think second best one is Naito and Omega, G1 27. I think the third best G1 final ever is probably... Is it this one? It might be this one. Like, this is definitely a top 4 or 5 G1 final ever. So
Wow.
one of the best matches of all time. Boom. That's my top 10 favorite matches of the year. Number 10, Jamie Hayter versus Carl Sheeta from Dynamite. Number 9, Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch from WrestleMania. Number 8, FTR versus Aussie Open from New Japan Royal Quest. Number 7, Elite versus Dark Order from All Out. Number 6, Bryan Danielson versus Hangman Page 2 on Dynamite for the AEW World Championship. Bloody. Number 5, Orange Cassidy versus Will Ospreay for Ben Door. Number 4, Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Tomohiro Ishii from Wrestling Dantagu. Number 3, Will Ospreay versus Tetsuya Naito, Battle Autumn for the IWGP United States Championship. Number 2, FTR versus the Briscoes. The first one, Ring of Honor Supercard. They had 3 classics. You can watch any of them. They're all good. And number 1, Will Ospreay again versus Kazuchika Okada, G1 32 Finals. Those are my 10 favorite matches of the year. If you guys are listening and you're not even into wrestling and you're trying to get back into wrestling, I would go out of my way to watch any one of those 10 matches. They are all fire. Boom.
There it is.
With that said, we got some more end of the year stuff for you. Hir-O here has a list of his favorite video games from the year 2022.
Boom.
It sounds like it was so long ago.
Yeah, that shit was not that long ago.
Like 2 days ago, 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Are you that guy that says, see you next year, bud?
I hate when people say that shit. They were saying that, they were doing that at work, and I was like, bro, I'm going to hang up the fucking phone right now. Like, get out of here.
See you next year, man.
I actually just made a change on the top 10.
Uh-oh.
I changed something from a honorable mention to a top 10, and I kicked something out. So what got kicked out was High on Life on Xbox Series X. It's a weird ass like first person shooter, but it's voiced and written by Justin Roiland, the guy who did Rick and Morty. Mm-hmm. And it is funny.
I didn't play it, but I know what it is.
But it's not quite as funny as I was expecting.
Okay.
Like I thought that shit was gonna have me like
Rick and Morty style.
And it's not. It's like the premise is pretty ridiculous though. So you play as this like character who doesn't have a voice, of course, sort of a nameless first main character. And these aliens land on the planet and start smoking humans as drugs. They start literally like smoke. They like are getting high off humans, and you get partnered with this gun called a Gatlian.
Oh my gosh!
And the gun talks and it's voiced by Morty basically, and you just shoot him. And you pick up more guns along the way that all have voices.
That's hilarious.
And it's
when
funny.
The gun shoots, is it just him?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like it makes gun sounds, but he like talks to you the whole time, like while he's.
This sounds hilarious.
And there are some funny ass jokes where like, you can like randomly kill these people and. It's hard to. It's like just classic Rick and Morty jokes where. You know, you get the kind of like, hey, easy on the killing, guys. So like there's this construction crew, and they're the Mac and Cheese brothers, nigga.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, I'm Tony Mac and Cheese, and this is my brother Andrew Mac and Cheese. Hey, you just killed my brother Tony Mac and Cheese. Oh, he just killed me. I'm Andrew Mac and Cheese.
That's such Rick and Morty style comedy.
So there's a lot. I mean, I liked it. If you like Rick and Morty, then you'll like this humor. But I expected it to be like a little bit better, just a little bit. Either way. All right. So jumping into the top 10, number 10, bro, Multiverses.
Hey, it still survived.
Yeah, but I played it for like a month and a half straight, and then I stopped and I haven't picked it up.
Yeah, I remember because you remembered how fun Smash was.
Yeah, I picked up Smash and I was like,
Smash, and you were like, oh, I kind of forgot.
I forgot this shit sweet as hell. But it's the best Smash clone by far. Like nothing even comes close, even though it doesn't really come close to Smash. But like,
did anybody ever play that?
The Nickelodeon one?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Did anybody ever play that Nickelodeon one?
I've not played it. No. You played that one?
I did not, but it's just it just seems like it would be.
That's the one that got the turtles on it.
I loved the concept. Yeah, but why are we always doing the retro turtle design, man? I talked to you about that. Like,
bro, that's the reason why I didn't like the Shredder game. That shit was.
Look, man, that game's actually super fun. I played it, but
it's fun, but like, is it worth coming out again, being the same game as it was like 30 years ago? Kind of.
We got it. It's dope. It's like, it's cool. I like it. It reminds me of the Streets of Rage new games. But when are we gonna stop making the 80s cartoon design the default design for the turtles? I'm a diehard Turtles fan, and I just think they have so many better looks.
Yeah,
they have so many better looks. Even the 2003 cartoon, the 2012 cartoon, the IDW comics, the way they look in the Ninja Turtles Power Rangers comics, like
that's my favorite
the
design.
1990 movie designs, like
that's my favorite design. The movie,
yeah, they have so many looks that are way better. I don't like, even if it's just gonna be a DLC skin thing. Like,
yeah,
I'm just a little tired of seeing the like silly, like 80s turtles. Oh, I don't know how to use my weapon. I'm gonna cut the fire hydrant in half and shoot some water at you.
Right.
Like,
instead of actually using
they actually made fun of them in the 2012 cartoon. It was hilarious. Like the turtles in the 2012 show were looking at them like, dog, what is wrong with
what are these clowns doing? Get out of the way if you're not gonna fight. Like, you guys are just goofing off. They did the same thing. Didn't they do the same thing in Teen Titans, where the silly Titans were like going against the serious ones, and the serious ones were like, bro, what the fuck are y'all doing? Move.
And it's hilarious because it's the same voices,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Oh man, funny.
Yeah, well, the Turtles game didn't make my top 10. It was fun to play it. I think we played it with like Edmund and Josh once or twice, and I was just kind of like, all right. It just reminded me too much of the arcade game that was fun when I was like 7, but not now.
Hey, sidebar. Sorry.
What happened?
This Facebook group, they're doing one of those polls where they're doing the video games of 2022. And it says eliminate 2 games. They got God of War, Gotham Knights, Call of Duty, Horizon Forbidden West, Elden Ring, and Shredder's Revenge. And I said Call of War propaganda and no black hairstyles.
Yep.
Oh man.
No black hairstyles at all.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What the I'm surprised that Gotham Knights is. Oh well. Speaking of which, Gotham Knights is number 9.
Hey,
Gotham Knights was better than I expected. It's not as good as the original Arkham games.
You're not the first person that said that.
Yeah,
I've heard people say that. It was better than they were expecting.
It's for sure. Like the graphics aren't as good as you would want from a PS5 game. Frame rates are kind of wonky, but the combat is fun and the story is good. Yeah, I was kind of like, oh, that's Batman died, and now you gotta. I mean, that's not a spoiler. It literally happens in the first, like, in the opening credits.
Who's your favorite person to play with in that game?
Between Batgirl and Robin, or Tim Drake, not Tim Grayson, because he uses the bow staff. I thought I was gonna love Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
But I didn't really like his combat style as much as I thought. But Tim Drake with the bow staff is really, really, really dope.
Oh my gosh!
And Barbara Gordon with the she just strong, and she just like hits like a truck. But I like them both. All right, so number 8, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Hey.
This is a game that I like. The things that I really, really like about it, I really, really like. Like I love that it's like we're really kind of turning the corner on open world style of gameplay. Yes. It's the first truly open world Pokemon game, and it really is. You can go in any order.
And so I've seen people that are like, oh, all Pokemon games are open world, and I'm like, nah, really, because what happens is you're steered in the, you know what I'm saying?
No, there's an order.
Like this game, you can stumble on some level 60s when you're only level 10 on accident. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what a game that's designed well will steer you in a direction based on like, all right, I shouldn't be here because I can't survive. You know what I mean?
Yes, I'm not ready to be here yet.
Yeah. So I liked that it has done that. Some of the changes I don't mind as much as you, but they are different for sure. There's some technical issues with the game. My technical issues weren't like drastically bad, but I know some people's game is like,
oh, bro, I
broken.
completely forgot about that. I forgot to tell you.
You had a glitch.
I had the funniest glitch, bruh. I was on my legendary Pokemon riding it on the top of a mountain, and I went to jump off the mountain, and my dude like got disconnected from sitting on the Pokemon, and they were like going apart and then coming back and then going apart and then coming back and then going apart and then coming back.
That's great.
It was, and then bro, I couldn't get out of it. Like I saved it and then I turned it off and kept turning back on, and I would have to hurry up and move before I got off because it was starting me already going off the mountain. So
that
like,
sucks.
It was
almost a game breaking glitch.
I was like, am I gonna have to start over?
Yeah. So I haven't had any game breaking glitches like that. But the one thing I will say that I didn't like as much, and I accidentally went back to, because I was trying to build my Dragapult like build. I wanted to get it right, and I forgot what moveset he had. So I just went back to my old one to see what the moveset was. This is how I discovered that Steel Wing isn't in the game, which sucks. Or it's not in the game. He can't learn it because it's not a TM, at least not yet, which is annoying. But I looked at the graphics, and the graphics for Sword and Shield are significantly better than Scarlet and Violet, which is super weird for like the next generation to have worse graphics than the generation before. But the graphics are like the Pokemon designs are like twice as detailed. And I get why, like, you got to make some sacrifices on the technical side to make sure that you can fit all of these characters on the overworld all at the same time. But I was a little disappointed that the graphical fidelity took a hit like that. And again, bro, come on with these animations. Like we need to start complaining about that. We need to make a bigger deal about these animations being trash. Like,
yeah, like
Pokemon fucking Stadium did it in 1998. What the fuck are we doing?
Bruh, if we not gonna just do straight up like retro, you know what I'm saying, like pixelated looking game,
sure, yeah,
then it's gotta be better.
You gotta animate the fucking moves,
because like
man.
you said, bro, Pokemon Stadium came out in 1996, 7, and
fully 3D. Every move
fully
was
3D,
animated.
Every move had its own animation.
Yeah,
it's 2023, and we're still doing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's very disappointing.
They gotta do better. That's I would say that is inexcusable.
Yeah.
And come on, why are we not just doing real Pokemon grids either? I mean, I think it's about time we do that too. You know what I'm saying?
You know why though? I kind of think that I kind of get the struggle here because the voice acting, especially in dubbed Pokemon, is pretty lazy for the cries, and it's a little silly. Like, it's literally just a nigga just saying.
It more silly than?
I don't know, dog. They're both. It's either that or like Dragapult. Eevee. Just a human. Just a guy.
Stop this.
Just a guy.
That is not how Eevee sounds.
Snorlax. Hello, it's Snorlax. What's up? I'm here. Gonna fight.
No, that is not how they sound.
It's not, but for some of them, their voice acting is.
Gyarados.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, it's James Gyarados. Nice to meet you. What's going on, buds? James Gyarados here. We're gonna have a little battle.
Waterfall. Okay.
Cool. Hey, no problem. Got it. No big deal. You know, got a good physical attack. Got some good stab on it. No problem.
You want me to Dragon Dance first, or
dude, get a Dragon Dance off first, and then we'll go ahead and do the water. Okay, cool. All right, here we go. Not go back. I don't know, man. It's not that bad, but I just wonder they gotta if they're gonna do that, they need to really make them sound good.
Maybe not. If we're still out here not if we're still out here not animating moves, maybe not.
How you doing, Richard Pikachu? Nice to meet you.
Pikachu does look like a Richard. Oh man, that was hilarious.
All right, where are we at? Number 7. Cute little game here, man. I did not expect to like it as much as I did. Stray.
Hey,
that's the game where you literally play as a cat.
Yes.
And you just cat around for an entire game.
That sounds amazing. There's literally nothing better than that.
Yeah. And you can they even have an animation where you can jump into a cardboard box just because you're a cat, and that's what cats do. It's pretty cool. Great. Is a kind of a cool story. Really innovative gameplay. Minor, a little bit of action, but mostly stealth and platforming, but it was still cool nonetheless. Number 6, I just recently finished this. Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. This is I think it was Crisis Core Reunion. This is a remake of the 2007 game Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core, which was a prequel to Final Fantasy VII telling Zack's story. So it shows the beginning of Zack's adventure up until, and actually it covers the incident at Nibelheim and up to the very beginning of Final Fantasy VII. So it's like a direct prequel to Final Fantasy VII.
That's fire.
And it helped me to understand fully the entire Final Fantasy world, because I never played the original Crisis Core in 2007. So it was cool. It's hard as fuck. I mean, it's the main. It's one of those JRPGs sort of where once you beat the game, there's 50 extra missions that you got to do, and they're all impossibly hard.
Bro, Stray looks like the best game ever.
Yeah, it's good. You would like it.
You're just a cat?
Yeah, he's just a cat.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Bro, no, dog.
It's a cat. And you just got to go around and find stuff. And
bruh, no.
Yeah.
This looks amazing. I want to be a cat. I seriously love cats so much. I have to play this game.
Yep.
Wow.
All right, number 5. This is going to surprise some people for it being so low.
Uh-oh.
God of War
I knew
Ragnarok. Hey, it's in my top 5. What do you want from me? It's good. I liked it. It was real. It's my favorite God of War game.
Sorry, that's why I don't like God of War.
Yeah. You finally got some character development from Kratos. I liked
good voice acting.
Yeah, ass off voice acting.
For him.
Right. There was some extremely ass on voice acting from Odin. Edmund and I talked about this recently. I think he likes the Odin voice more than me, but I won't be convinced. The actor did a fine job playing the role, but why the fuck would you pick that actor to begin with? I just can't get over that. That's not Odin. I don't care what nobody says. He's just some whiny New York asshole. He sounds like a guy from Seinfeld who's playing Odin. No, get out of here. Ass on. Bolted. And the voice acting for Thor actually got better, but the voice acting for Heimdall, good grief, ass on, fused on, bro.
Fusion,
right?
Fusion, laser dog,
right? With the fucking earrings, ass on like a motherfucker.
I just got that joke.
The earrings, the fusion earrings, dog. The permanent fusion until you take them bitches off. Dog.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
All right, man. Here's another surprise for number 4, dog, because I talked a lot of shit about this game, but I begrudgingly started to really fuck with this shit because I got sweet at it. Number 4, Sifu.
Hey, good game.
That game is sweet as fuck.
I didn't beat it. I have it. I played it. I love it. I didn't beat it though. I gotta beat it.
It's hard.
What did I start? What did I abandoned it for something and never started playing it again.
Oh, I don't know. But you gotta you can't just beat it though. You gotta beat it without dying
decisively.
You gotta beat it at age 20, which is fucking hard as hell.
What game was it? Arceus? It might have been that.
I don't remember. Maybe.
I think that's the game that I abandoned it for and never played it again.
And then once you beat it without dying, you gotta then beat it by sparing all the bosses.
That sounds.
It's fucking hard,
immaculate.
But it's man, it's one of those games that really does. It kind of make you want to do the shit, bro. It rewards you for getting good. And I know that they say the same things about, the Soulsborne games, but this one, the combat is way more fair to me. And it's when you, so the thing I had to learn was they give you two pieces of bad advice. One, they tell you hey, you've got a bunch of different moves and you can kind of play the game how you want it to. That's not true. There's a very specific way you have to play the game, and they don't tell you that. The other thing that's bad advice is that they tell you that parrying moves is how you get good. Bro, no. Parrying will get you fucking destroyed. You have to block and build up stamina. Yeah, fuck off, son of a bitch. Yeah. Cornball.
Oh my god. Why do we do that? Why do black people put imaginary S's on stuff?
God,
I don't know.
That.
Elden Rings was the best game. Elden Rings.
Maybe you're gonna go to Myers and you live off I'm
finna go down to Woodward's.
And Lasher.
Walmart's.
Right. Kmart's.
Pokemans.
A little Detroit joke.
I don't understand why imaginary S's are put on words.
Anyways, if anyone wants to revisit Shifu, stop trying to parry stuff. Just block so you can build up their stagger, break their stagger, and you win. Boom. That's not something that was explicitly explained, but once I learned that and stopped trying to do it my way and just was all right, fine. Here, I'll do the thing. And I started kicking the shit out of the game. I was all right, okay, fine, whatever.
Man, but blocking takes too much patience. We want to just
but you gotta you have to you have to deflect, and this game is complicated because you can parry, you can block, and you can deflect.
Hey man,
and you gotta kind of do all of those in order to be good. But then again, I haven't played the game in 4 months, so I'm sure I would pick it up and be like, bro, what how do you do anything on this shit? Anyways, number 3, Pokemon Arceus.
Hey, that's high. Let's go.
Because, bro, it's one of my favorite. It's probably top 2 or 3 Pokemon game ever, dog. It's just
this is my favorite game of the year. I'm not doing the game list, but this is my favorite game of the year.
Yeah, it was awesome. Cool story. Took it way back in time. Loved the approach of the game.
Loved the super creative idea of bringing back starters we've already had, but giving them different region specific forms. That was dope.
Yep. Pokemon Arceus, play it. It's very good. We didn't have high expectations for it. Most people didn't, but it turned out to be fucking awesome.
Yes, it did. And I'll say this, my whole life of playing Pokemon, I've never been catch a lot of Pokemon guy. I've always been only catching the sweet ones, only getting my team ready.
Yeah.
That game changes the way that I play the game because now I'm playing because that game was really focusing on catching stuff.
And it rewarded you for catching.
And it rewarded you for catching stuff.
Yeah.
Now I catch stuff even if I'm just saying, oh, that's cool, I'll catch it.
So here I felt that way at first when I was playing the new one, and then I kind of started getting bored because once I had my team, I had it. Yeah. I will tell you though, and I'm very curious. Once you start doing raids, and the raids that you do right now are super easy.
Yeah, they're whack. I do them all the time, and I win them in one.
Bruh, no. The 6 and 7 star raids after you beat the whole game are fucking bullshit, bro. They are total bullshit, dog. I can't wait to see your reaction, bro.
Oh no.
Like it's to the point where like there's only like 2 or 3 viable Pokemon to even win.
That's
like,
so frustrating.
Yeah. Anyways, but that's how you get all the sweet shit. Is you got to do those, and you get a bunch of good loot, and you have to do it to build competitive Pokemon.
That's wild.
And like all of the ones that are in the 6 and 7 star raids are like 5, 6 EV. I mean, not 6 EV, but like 4 and 5 EV Pokemon. So like So when I bring this up to say that the only time I catch Pokemon now in the end game is if I'm doing a raid. I don't really catch them otherwise. So because then it's also an automatic catch, so you can just use a Pokeball, and you get it every time. So I'm gonna do something different here. I'm gonna do my number 1 first because my number 2 is kind of a surprise. So my number 1 is obviously Horizon Forbidden West. Everybody knew that.
Let's go. That's my number 2, so that's a good one.
Super awesome, amazing game.
Awesome game.
Here's my number 1 or my number 2. Cyberpunk 2077 Volume 1.6. Now here's the thing. I know this game came out in 2019 or whatever, but they released the patch to like finalize the game this year, and it is legitimately a different game, bro.
And I remember when you were obsessed with it, months ago.
Yeah.
Did this happen before the anime or after?
It happened like right before the anime dropped.
So did you play it after you saw the anime?
I played it after I saw the anime. Okay. And 100% the anime saved the whole company, bro.
Right.
But I think they timed it perfectly because they put the patch out and like nobody noticed because everybody was so depressed and sad about how shitty the game was. But then the anime reminded people, oh yeah, Cyberpunk. Let me go see what they got going on.
This world is cool.
Yeah. And then a lot of people like myself walked in and all of a sudden it's patch 1.6 and this shit is like unrecognizable, bro.
That's
like
crazy.
It's almost like a sequel. That's how much improved it is.
That's dope.
Like everything about the game is like it never crashes. It's like a proper PS5 next gen graphics. It looks incredible.
That's
like,
fire.
It's the kind of shit where if it had came out in this state when it first dropped, it would have won Game of the Year. I don't care what came out. It would have absolutely won Game of the Year.
Dang.
But I'm happy, man, because like I was worried. Like I love that world. Like it's one of my favorite like universes ever. And I was worried that they might have pooped themselves too much. Like it's too much crap, and you can't clean it up. Like ain't no change of draws. Like you fucked, right? But they put on a diaper and got that shit, and they ready to. And they're about to release the DLC like in a couple months. I think they're working on a sequel already. It's looking good for Cyberpunk, man. So it's my number 2. A little bit of a cheat, but like for me, this was a different game. The version that came out with the 1.6 update. So Cyberpunk 2022 is my number 2, and Horizon Forbidden West my number 1.
That's wild. Love it. Boom. Hey man, let's go. We had you guys send your list in.
Yes.
One more list before we get out of here. Shout out to y'all. Happy New Year. Top 5 favorite live action shows of 2022.
Let's go.
What do we got here? I had you guys send your list in. Top 5 favorite live action shows of 2022. So what are your predictions, my friend?
So since we're doing a top 5, I'm gonna give you 5, but I'm gonna be confident about 3. I'm very confident about Better Call Saul. I think everyone loves the Breaking Bad universe. I haven't watched it yet, and here's the reason why. Like it's one of these movies, or sorry, it's one of these shows. Like there's been 3 shows that people have held in this high esteem, right? This upper echelon of greatest TV shows ever. And I was late to the party to all 3 of them. The Wire,
Breaking Bad,
Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad. Game of Thrones, The Wire, both excellent. They both absolutely lived up to the hype. I am nervous that since those 2 were such slam dunks, one of them has got to give. And I'm wondering if it's
I've
Breaking
actually
Bad.
seen Breaking Bad.
You saw it all the way through?
Yeah.
You fuck with it?
It's fire.
Okay. Okay.
I watched Breaking Bad. Funny enough, my stepdad like loved that show. So when it was like on,
Okay, so you watched it live.
I didn't. I watched. I got onto it while it was airing still, but I was like behind though. Like I think I started watching it when it was. I started watching like season 1 when it was like airing the final season, but then I caught up and watched it all.
That was me for Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good. I think it's something that you would like.
All right. Everybody, I mean, look, everybody can't be wrong. Like everyone says, I've never heard of nobody that said that shit was trash. Like
it's a really good show, man. I think you'll like it.
So,
and you know, he's I can't. What's the guy's name that plays Walter?
Oh fuck. I mean, obviously I know the guy, but I can't think of his name.
Right, but he's awesome. I love that guy. Good actor. Kind of reminds me of like super diet gluten-free
Bryan Cranston,
Robin Williams.
Yeah,
he has a little Robin Williams to him. Like, very light. You know, I think Robin Williams is one of the greatest actors of all time. Sure. But he's got some light Robin Williams to him.
Yep. All right, so Better Call Saul will definitely be there. I think. Well, so here's my 5: Better Call Saul, Andor, Sandman, Rings of Power, House of the Dragon. I think Better Call Saul will be there.
Shakalaka.
I think Andor will be there, and I think Rings of Power will be there.
Rings of Power.
I think those are the ones that I'm most confident about.
There's no black elves.
Yeah, right. No favorite black mermaid. That's what I got.
Boom. Let's go. All right, man. You know I gotta.
Let me see what y'all. Let me see what y'all niggas say it on here. I think
this list is fire.
Yeah,
I love it.
All right.
All right, man. So first, I'm gonna give you 3 that got a decent amount of votes. They make the list, and then there was a tie for the one with the most votes that didn't make the list between 2 shows. Right. So the 3 that were really close and didn't make it. Moon Knight.
Okay, that's what's up.
The Boys.
I guess they did have a season this year. All right.
And Andor.
Okay.
Almost made it, didn't make it. And then the 2 that had the most points that did not make it. Peacemaker.
I figured that would be close.
And Better Call Saul.
Wow! Damn! What y'all doing? Wow! Interesting. Okay. All right. I'm intrigued.
Okay, so I'll say this as well. Out of this list, let's see here. 3 of these shows are on my personal top 5 favorite action shows list. Let's go, man. Coming in at number 5.
3 of them. Interesting. Okay.
Coming in at number 5. Shout out to the homie Josh. Sandman.
All right.
Let's go. Sandman coming in at number 5.
Sandman was fantastic.
I only watched the first 2 episodes, but I liked it, and it interested me enough to like I wanted to go and read some of the old Sandman comic books. I was always interested in the character, the look, the art style. You know what I'm saying? Just never really got into it like that.
Yeah, it was. I was surprised how much I liked it. It was good,
but I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Coming in at number 4. This show was on my list as well. Rings of Power.
Boom.
Let's go, man. The Sauron
only at number 4. Interesting.
The Sauron reveal was dope. I liked it.
Yep.
Thought it was pretty good, man. I thought the show was good. It got a lot of hate, but I liked it.
That shit was fire. I kind of liked it better than
I loved it, man.
Movies.
I thought it was fire. Whoa!
I'm not. You know, I'm not. I know. You know, I'm not the biggest like Lord of the Rings movies guy, but I'm really into this.
Yeah, no, the show was fire. I loved it. They did a good job explaining a lot of stuff, setting up a lot of the lore. It was cool to see the beginning of some of that stuff. So I loved the show, man. I thought it was dope. Shout out to Aaron Deere, Elf.
Yep.
Good show. Good show. Coming in at number 3. Another show that was on my list. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Let's go.
Okay.
Hey, man. I loved this show. I loved it. I thought the Obi-Wan Vader fight was way more than I thought we were going to get.
Crazy.
I think this was the best Vader that we've ever seen.
Yep.
they are really they are really doing these characters justice. Like this Vader in this show was horrifying.
And I love the black lady
and
too,
powerful.
man.
Loved her too. She was awesome.
What was her name again?
I don't remember.
I just am interested to see what's next for her.
I really hope that they do I hope she I'm trying to what could she even,
you know, where I think she could show up perhaps depending on the time frame is
it Reva?
Reva, yeah, Reva or whatever. Yeah, I think she might potentially could show up in some capacity in this new Star Wars game.
You think so?
The Cal Kestis joint, Jedi Survivor. But it depends on because that stuff would have been happening around this same time. Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah, the good show, amazing fights. Yeah, I am all the way here for that. But let's keep it moving. Coming in at number 2. I know how much you love this show, man.
Let's go, dog.
House of the Dragon. I got a lot of Game of Thrones fans, man.
Why don't we talk about it more in the Discord, fellas? Come on, ladies. Let's talk. We got some Game of Thrones guys in here, guys and girls in here. Let's get it popping.
I gotta get on the train, man. I'm gonna watch.
It's so good, man. It's
one day I will take the adventure. But coming in at number 1. Let's go. This was number 1 on my list too. I think you forgot a powerhouse. Stranger Things 4.
I did forget. See, okay, this is what threw me off though.
Okay.
I had already made my list when I saw in the Discord the stipulation of if it had a season this year. Okay. I was looking at like new releases this year. You know what I mean? That's the reason why when you said what was number 5? Or no, The Boys. I was like, I guess it did have a season this year.
Okay, yeah.
So I mean, I thought about Stranger Things, but I wasn't thinking about it as like a show that was for 2022.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you.
But I'm not mad. Obviously, I love Stranger Things.
Stranger Things 4 is the number 1. I know we got a lot of Stranger Things fans.
Man. Because this was sort of we talked about this. It was sort of a return to form. None of the seasons were bad, but like season 1, fucking incredible. Season 2, excellent. Season 3 was still great, but it was like it slowed down a little bit. But season 4 was like, except until it got to the end. The end of season 3 was like mind blowing, but season 4 was like back high octane.
Yeah, super intense, scary.
You know, I kind of liked separating the team a little bit and like having them have their own adventures.
That was dope. Good new characters.
And the reveal of, what's the main bad guy's name for this? The Vecna reveal
was insane.
The whole build up to Vecna was
the whole everything, man. The whole thing with Max and the Kate Bishop song, and it was just, this season was just, it just slapped, man.
Although I didn't. The only nitpick I had with season 4 is that I did not love, what's the black kid's name?
Lucas.
I didn't love his arc.
I didn't either. I didn't like that he had to be the one to be like, you know.
Hey, I'm gonna fucking shit on my friends because I'm popular now. Like come
that
on,
was
bro.
really whack. But he had very good moments and redeemable.
He made a when he didn't he sock somebody? Didn't he punch somebody out?
My man's that stupid kid with the gun.
Yeah.
But
he did hit that game winner though, my man.
But he did. He sure did.
As a freshman.
On
varsity.
He did.
That's like a big deal, bro. Like as a basketball, like both of us played high school basketball, like
big deal.
I was on JV my freshman year.
Hey, man.
Sophomore year I made varsity, but that's a big deal.
A big, huge deal, dog. But yeah, man, that's it. It's top 5 SwordCast definitive live action shows. Sandman number 5, Rings of Power number 4, number 3 Obi-Wan, number 2 House of the Dragon, number 1 Stranger Things 4, man. Let's go. Happy New Year, y'all. Next episode we will probably get into our favorite films of 2022. Thank y'all for listening. Happy New Year. Hope you guys had good holidays. Peace. Bro.